put one on each of the bridges, leaving Skyhigh's natural. And if Skyhigh tries to move out, he's first going to have to kill those, and Young's going to know about it. Command Center is finally going down for Skyhigh at his. He's going to build it on top of his ridge, and then he's going to float it down over to his natural once it's completed. He's trying to use vultures, trying to get some mines down and kill Young's DTs. He knows more or less approximately where they are, and he's just hoping to catch Young by surprise. Maybe Young tries to bypass them or something and accidentally loses them. It looks like Young has 4 Dragoons or so out, but he's keeping them in his base. I wonder if he's expecting a drop or something, and he's just holding them around just in case. Oh, I see what Skyhigh was trying to do. He knew those DTs were going to be there, so he mined out the back of his base so that way he could send vultures out. But those vultures are going to get scouted out by another DT that Young sent to that back patch, that back area, and Young is going to know that this is coming, and he should be able to prepare adequately. He does have 4 or 5 Dragoons out already, and against 4 or 5 vultures, that is more than enough. But we'll see what where Skyhigh decides to go. It looks like he's just wandering around. I think he's going to go maybe try and mine the back of those 2 DTs that are on those bridges, and try and mine like both the front and the back, so that way they're pretty much trapped. And it looks like that's more or less what he did. He got the 1 already, but a second one went out to behind the mineral line, and I think that might cause a lot of problems for Skyhigh. Again, if he tries to expand while attacking, that DT might be able to do a lot of damage. Another DT trying to sneak into the base. It does take 1 hit from a mine, but it gets into the base. If it can get away from that missile turret, it'll be fine. Oh no, there's another missile turret at the command center, so it is going to get caught out, and the siege tanks are going to kill it. That was almost a great play by Young. If that second missile turret hadn't been by the command center, he could have gotten a lot of damage there. Probably kill at least the gas SCVs and who knows what else. And it looks like Skyhigh is going to move into that back area with vultures, marines, and tanks. And I think what he's going to try and do is he's going to try and tank behind the natural, and then use his maybe float a building, or even just send a couple vultures in there for sight and just barrage the hell out of those probes and probably kill a lot of them, if not before Young can even notice. Yeah, it looks like that's exactly what he's going to set up to do. He could probably just use a scan and get it that way. Or, I don't know, he might also throw down a turret or something just in case DTs come out. At least that's what I'm expecting. And Young sending a single Zealot out, trying to get a scout or something. He sent that Zealot out kind of early, but now 6 Dragoons and a few Zealots coming in to hit Skyhigh's expansion. But at the same time, Young's expansion is getting tanked and bombarded by Young, or by Young's expansion is getting bombarded by Skyhigh. But it looks like Young's going to be able to pick off this command center. Just 1 or 2 more volleys and that thing should go down. And that command center does go down. All the Zealots went down and a couple of the Dragoons went down, but I'm sure that Young is very happy to make that trade. He did get that command center, which is going to help him so much. He's definitely got a lead now, because that Nexus, even though it's not technically mining right now, as soon as he's able to clear out the troops behind that natural, he'll be able to take it back and be fine once again and have another mining base that he didn't have to waste 400 more minerals and all the time to rebuild the command center like Skyhigh is doing. But now the thing is that he's got to find a way to actually destroy that force in the back. It looks like that. I assume that was a bunker going down there in the back there. So if Skyhigh gets a bunker or 2 back there, plus all those tanks and the turrets and stuff, it might actually end up being quite difficult for Young to break it without taking some heavy losses. I think he should try and move in pretty quickly before Skyhigh. I mean, at this point, Skyhigh might even throw down a factory or something back there and just try and have some fun. But if he gets too strong of a position down there, and it does look like Young's going back there with only Dragoons, he needs to get some Zealots in there to absorb some of the fire from the tanks. Otherwise, he's going to lose a lot more Zealots than he needs to. But it doesn't look like Young's going to wait. It looks like he's just going to go right for it. He's just heading right in. He's going to target fire the tanks, I assume. And the first tank is going down. He needs to go get to the second one, or he needs to retreat. One or the other. He can't do this little like piddling action where he's kind of in the middle picking off SCVs and stuff, because those tanks are doing so much damage to his Dragoons. And Skyhigh has to be very happy right now in terms of how this fight is going on, because he's doing a lot more damage than he maybe would have against a better player with better Myco, because Young really should just be trying to pick off those tanks. And yeah, there he goes. He goes right by the vultures and he picks off another one of the tanks. But oh my god, that vulture mine did so much damage. That was a hero fucking vulture mine. That thing took out 4 Dragoons. That 4th Dragoon, I don't even know how it was in that splash radius. I didn't realize that that vulture mine splash radiuses were that big, but it absolutely just destroyed 4 Dragoons, and that is gonna hurt a lot for Young. That is going to absolutely be killing. There's still a tank back there, so if any point, if Skyhigh scans again at the natural or anything, though, that tank will just start bombarding again. So Young really needs to clear that out soon, but at the same time, Skyhigh is moving out into the middle of the map with some vultures, mines, and some tanks as well. And Young needs to be careful that he doesn't end up getting contained here, but it looks like he's going to try and hit the reinforcing mech units from behind as they pop out. Looks like he might be able to do a pretty good job. He got a couple zealots that did get in among the tanks, and he's killed a couple tanks already. He's killed 3 tanks, but he's losing most of his dragoons. He only has actually he has a lot more dragoons left than I thought he did, and he's gonna clear out all of the tanks that were moving out, and all that will be left for Skyhigh is gonna be his reinforcing tanks. So that was a pretty good attack by Young. But still Young is not mining from his natural, so even though he did kill that command center for Skyhigh, he's not really taking all that much advantage. He's not really doing as much damage as he needs to. And Vulture's sneaking by everything. They snuck by all those dragoons and the zealots, and there's going to be 3, 6 maybe that might get into the base. Actually, they're going to kill. Probes even pulled off to try and block the ramp, but they get killed. And another awesome Vulture mine killed 3 or 4 zealots right there. But wow, I didn't realize that Vulture mines are ridiculous. They absolutely just destroyed those 2 mines alone. I believe just killed like 7 or 8 units for Young, 4 dragoons and then another 3 zealots. That's a lot of damage being done by spider mines. And yeah, those vultures did get in there and get a bunch of probe kills, maybe like 5 or 6 probe kills as well. So they were definitely worth their cost there. And Young is still not mining from his natural. He is falling so far behind now because at this point Skyhigh has already gotten his expansion back up and he's mining at it. So man, Young is really squandering this opportunity. He really needs to clear that backside. I mean, honestly, that could probably be taken out by just a couple DTs and some dragoons. But no, okay, Young's just gonna GG, and he got pretty much. I don't even know. He had a chance in that game, I would say, but he just wasn't able to clear out the back. He went in there with dragoons only. Whereas if he had waited, I think maybe for 1 round of his gateways, and even if it was just like 3 or 4 zealots, I think he would have been fine to clear that out. Those 4 zealots probably would have taken enough damage that the dragoons of his in the back could have done so much more damage, and then he would have been able to use his natural. But instead, because he wasn't able to do that, Skyhigh just rebuilt his natural and then just overran him with units. There was nothing that Young could do at that point. He was just falling way too far behind. So at this point, it is 1-0 CJ over Hwaesung Oz, and I really hope that this goes to a really long match, 5 games. I want to see everybody play. I want to see an ace match. I want to see as much of Jaedong as possible. This is Jaedong's team at this point, so he is going to be playing in the next match, in the next set against Movie. So I'm really looking forward to this, getting to see Jaedong in action again. So I will see you in the second set. Bye-bye.